Hi. Today I will show you my tier list for ultimate tower defense. Please leave a like and subscribe to the channel to see more videos like this. Hope you enjoy. Let's begin with the support units. In my opinion, every team needs one Spider-Man, and the best of them is Carnage. But you don't really need to focus on getting him, since the damage difference is not so high, and he is there for the slow. Kaneki is a very good unit since he has a different slow from Spider-Man's. Aquaman, Speedwagon, Alfred and Aunt May are gold units that will support you to place the expensive ones. After the update 12, they are needed again. Kakashi has another different slow, but it's not good, so I would not recommend him. Froppy is another support unit, but we will talk about her later. D and C rank units are not so good. Usually we get them when we are summoning for the better ones. So I will not talk about them now. But here is my opinion on which one is on D rank and which one is on C rank. On B rank there are some good starter units, but they are easily replaceable for better ones. Armored Titan is the worst godly, but he is still a good unit. He is very expensive though. Broly, Piccolo, and Escanor are good AoE units, but there are better ones. Itachi and Tatsumaki are other AoE units, but you can place only 2 on the field. Yuno, Yoko, Deadpool, and Zoro are single target units with high DPS. Eren is a good summoner unit and is very useful. Cyclops have a high single target DPS, but is not the best. On rank A, there are very good units that can easily fit your team depending on what do you need. Annie is a single target DPS and summoner unit. She is the best summoner in the game by now, since she summons lots of titans and also attack the enemies. You can place 2 of her on the field. Superman has one of the highest single target damage in the game but has a relative high cost. He was a must-have unit some time ago, but now there are some better units. You can place 5 of him on the field. Shazam is another single target unit. He has a good DPS and range and is very cheap. You can place 5 of him in the field and is very good on some classic mode maps. Vegeta is one of the best legendary units in the game, with his high DPS, range and low cost. He is an AoE unit, making him a good starter unit. You can place 5 of him on the field and you can easily prestige him. Beast Titan is a godly unit with high damage and one of the best range on the game, but his AoE is not so good, usually hitting only 2 enemies per attack, and has a very high cost. You can place only 1 on the field. I do not recommend prestige him. There are much better godly units to go for. Thanos is another godly unit. He is a starter with decent AoE damage attack, a relative low cost and a good attack speed. Thanos is the only godly that you can place 5 on the field. And he has a passive skill that when an enemy is almost hitting your base, he cleans all enemies on the field. But some of your units disappears too. This passive skill can be used up to 5 times. This makes Thanos a good infinite unit, giving you 5 extra rounds. Chitaro is a godly unit that can time stop with his active skill since you place him on the field. He is a single target multi-hit unit with high damage. His cost is high and you can place only 1 on the field. He is very useful on infinite mode and on PvP. Toga is a legendary unit that does not have a high DPS, but what makes her good is her passive skill that has a chance of insta-kill the enemies she hits. You can place up to 5 of her on the field, and she has a relative low cost to upgrade. She is very useful on infinite mode. Sabuza is another legendary unit. He is a good starter unit since he has a high AoE DPS attack. The only problem is his low range, but his AoE is very effective. You can place up to 5 of him on the field and he has a low cost. He is a good legendary unit to prestige. All Might is another high DPS starter legendary unit. He is AoE and have a decent range. You can place 5 of him on the field with a relative low cost. He was a must-have unit some time ago, but now there are better units. All Might is another good option to prestige. The last, a rank unit, is Mysterio. He is a single target unit with decent DPS and range. What makes him very good is his passive skill, that is a chance to auto-upgrade himself. Making him very cheap and good for classic mode. You can place up to 5 of him on the field. Now let's go for rank S units. These are one of the best units on the game so far and for sure can be part of your team. Let's begin with Madara. He has the second best AoE DPS on the game, and a very good range with a multi-hit attack. But he is the most expensive unit and his attack sometimes misses the target. You can place only one on the field, but for sure it's worth. He is very good in all modes and is a good godly to prestige. Muzan was a game-changer unit when he released. He was by far the best unit in the game, and still is an incredible unit to have. He has one of the best AoE attack with high DPS and good range. His cost is high and you can place only one on the field, but as Madara, he is worth. You can even use 2 Muzan on your team if you don't have a better unit. Goku Drip is a support buff type unit. He buffs every ally in his range in 15% and you can place up to 3 of him in the field. I placed him in the rank S since his buff is very good. The buff from 2 or 3 Goku's Drip does not stack. Masato is one of the highest single target DPS unit. Her attack speed is the highest in the game after her passive is stacked. You can place only 2 of her on the field, but still she is one of the best units in the game. Very useful in every game mode. She is one of the best mythical units to merge. Meguman is the best AoE mythical unit in the game by now. She has an amazing range and DPS and you can place up to 3 of her in the field. In my opinion she is the best mythical unit in the game. And for sure is worth to prestige. She is very useful in every game mode, but especially to farm gold on classic mode. 02 is a high single target unit with an amazing range. She is like a better version of Superman in my opinion. You can place up to 3 of her on the field, and she will help you in every game mode. Another good mythical unit to prestige. Now let's talk about the best units in the game, the S+ tier. Let's begin with Shenron. His 75% damage buff is just insane. With 10,000 gold you can buff all your units for 30 seconds, making him amazing to infinite mode and to farm gold. In my opinion you only need one of him. Focus to prestige other godly units. Luffy Gear 4 is the best starter unit. You can place him in the field with only 700 gold and he will easily clean the first waves with his high AoE DPS and amazing range. He is a game changer unit and I highly recommend getting him as fast as possible. You can place up to 2 Luffys in the field. You can use him in every game mode. I do not recommend merging him in the beginning. You can use multiple Luffys to max you damage and clean the stages faster. Froppy is simple the best legendary unit. Her AoE slow is insane and she also poison the enemies. In my opinion she is a must-have in all teams and she is very easy to get, since she is only legendary. You can place up to 3 of her in the field and her combo with Spider-Man is just insane. You do not even need to prestige her, since her slow is what makes her so good. Naruto 6 Paths is the first divine unit in the game, and he is worth the title. He is just the best unit in the game by now. His damage cannot be compared to any other character by now. With a good range and a nice attack speed he can easily carry you through every game mode. You can place only one of him in the field. If you have the chance for sure it is worth to prestige him, but I would recommend using multiples of him instead. I recommend you to save your gems to get him, since his summons rates are only 0.02%. That's it for today. Thank you for watching. Please leave a like and subscribe to the channel. See ya and let's farm.